Okay, in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtains. I have a paid community, full context and clarity. Everybody in there is killing it. We've got a lot of people doing 30, 40, 50, even 100K a month plus. And this was one of those calls in the community that I'm going to share with you, where we go over everything from what it takes to scale from 5 figures a month, 10, 20, 30K, all the way up to 6 figures a month, which I've consistently hit for the last 2 months now. And we're on track to do 130, 140 this month. No slowing down, okay? So I want you to take the source, get a notepad and pen, and if you're interested in joining this community, go ahead and apply below. I'm not going to promise you I'm going to let you in, purely because we need to be selective, and it's 2 people per niche, but you can go ahead and apply, see if you want to rock and roll, and we're going to be doing some in-person events very shortly. Watch this. I promise you, you're going to get sauce.
I mean, we have quite a problem with our shape structure.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were a bit like, we didn't know if we want to do 1 call or 2 call close, which we're also writing about in the Slack channel. So, I mean, I think they can make quick decisions because they're quite wealthy. I don't know if that plays a role, so that they don't like need to have the 2 call close. They don't need 2 calls. But I don't know. Maybe that's not the thing that are going to like increase the closing rate. Maybe it's just getting better at sales.
Well, it depends. Like, so this is what I was saying in the channel, where it's like you're doing 1 call now. Your cost per schedule is what? Like you said, like $50 or like $30?
50.
It's 50. But your cost per acquisition is 1,700.
Yeah, around that.
Okay. And then how much is your program? Like, what's the average cash collected per close?
I think it's around
You should be tracking
2.2K. Yeah. We are not tracking that.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, we're mostly just selling like 3-month subscriptions of 2K.
So do they pay like 6K?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly, it sounds like a sales issue, man. Like, no, actually, this would determine it. What's your cost per qualified call? Not cost per schedule. What's your cost per qualified call?
We don't have that. Yeah, we haven't tracked that.
Because that's going to tell you what the constraint is, right? Because there could be a couple of different reasons. Because listen, if your cost per schedule is $50 and your cost per qualified call is like less than 200, bro, you're fucking golden. It's a sales issue. But if you come to me and you say our cost per schedule is $50, but our cost per qualified call is like $500, then that shows me there's some misalignment and you're getting a bunch of broke leads. Like, you could probably tell me roughly now, like, 5 calls you take, how many of them are actually good prospects? Like, honestly. Like, how many of them are disqualified?
Out of every 10?
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay, so it's probably a sales issue then.
Yeah, because the closest we're getting is also quite weird. So it's from basically just following up on them on email. I mean, maybe Marius, you can speak about it because you're actually the one doing the closes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's people that go straight through, but most of the time it's like on the 3rd or 4th call with them that they actually do convert.
Yeah, that's a fair point as well. What Arsene said. What's your show rates?
Well, so we do 2 call close. So
you're doing 1 call, right?
No, it's 2 call.
Oh, it's 2 call. I thought you said it was 1 and you're moving to 2.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, so you do 2 and it's moving to 1. Got it. Okay.
We haven't made a decision yet.
Got it. So what's your show rates to the intro and the show rates to the demo?
I think it's around 75 on the intro.
That's good. That's fine. And then what about intro to demo?
Yeah, demo is probably like 80 or 90%.
Perfect. Okay. So it's a sales issue.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's fine. Like, it can fucking hurt to hear it sometimes. Like, shit, maybe I need to fucking... You know what? It might actually be valuable for us to do it, man. Pull up a call and we can review it. Like, it might be a little bit uncomfortable.
No, it's fine.
But I would, Matt, like, this could fucking 10x. If you can just pull a couple of levers from your sales calls that would increase your close rate from like 10 to 30, you close like 3x more deals and spend the same amount. Because honestly, if your cost per schedule is $50, your cost per acquisition should not be higher than mine. And our upfront cash collected is 40%. So we're collecting on average around 2.8 to 3K on every call. Okay. Our cost per acquisition is $1,200, but our cost per schedule for an intro is around $150. Okay. So your cost per acquisition should be lower. So it must be a sales thing. So go ahead and run through it. Contract value, 6K. But honestly, it's not 6K. That's me being pessimistic because 6K is not factoring in the commission that we make as well. So realistically, because one of my closers is a little shit, he keeps forgetting to tell them about the commission piece just because it doesn't affect him. I need to add some sort of incentive for them to sell more. But yeah, like I would say on average, like 6.5 to 7.5.
Yeah, maybe we could go over some other things, and Marius could find like a piece which is a good example. Meanwhile,
100%.
because yeah, we have also talked about like, holy shit, we can scale a lot if we just get that up, because we're getting so many like good calls for a cheap price.
You just need to dial in your sales process. This has been over the last month and a half. That was my main focus, dialing in my sales process. Best lever you can pull ever. Best lever you can pull, and it's the best skill you can ever learn. Because you're never going to go broke if you can sell, you know. But yeah, do you want to find a call? We'll go through a couple of other things that we can rip through it in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Kai.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go, man.
I wanted to ask a couple questions around scaling, because right now acquiring customers for us is not hard at all. Our CAC's like $300 and our cost per demo is 25. Yeah. But every time we turn on the acquisition machine, shit breaks so much, like a lot. But I know that's part of the game. I know. Would you because in June we churned like 8 people. Like our turn, like in June we acquired. It was super bad, dude.
So how many active clients? Because if you have 8 clients, how many active clients did you have? Well, obviously you'll know the churn of when you lost, but.
Well, right now we have 30 active, and then
okay, so you churned heavy, like 30%.
Yeah, we churned heavy in June. It was 32% in June.
Don't worry, February I had the same thing. It was rough. We churned at 33. Maybe I want to cry, man. Maybe I want to cry. I did not like it.
It was tough.
Why did they churn?
Honestly, a lot of those people that churned were people that got signed that same month. The onboarding broke.
So like, what was it? So this is the thing you've got to determine. Was it a service delivery issue, or was it you closing people you know you couldn't fulfill on because you wanted to collect cash? Everybody has.
Service delivery. Well, at the time,
you should be logging this. This is another golden nugget for you, man. You should be logging every single reason why people churn. And with your client success team, you should audit it every single week. Or that with the whole team. I pull up on our client calls every single week. Who churned? Why did they churn? So you have an offboarding form that tells you exactly why they churned, right? Let me try and find an example for you, because this is going to be very valuable for everybody here, because this is how you build a good product. Because the best person that can allow you to take your product to the next level are the people that do not like it or are churning, right? Obviously, there's things out of your control, like them going out of business, their sister getting hit by a bus and shit like that. You can't control that, you know? But things you can control. So, example. Here, let me pull this up. Can you enable screen sharing, Arsenic? Example. I have a form that our CS team fills out as soon as we churn a client. They come here and we audit it every week. The manager, name, business name, email, phone number, lifetime value in dollars. That's so fucking wrong. What the hell? Okay, this chick spent 2K. She was with us for 1 month, okay? Are we ending on good terms or bad terms? What's the reason of the cancellation? Client experience and communication issues. So she had pretty good results, right? Okay. Yeah, she just wasn't a great business owner. She's never ran any marketing before, and the problem with those clients is they're not very aware. So Kai, I think this would really serve you for number 1. Don't sue me, please. So I would do this first. Have a form you fill out so you can audit it. Second thing, so main reason all of them churned, was there like a correlation between the 8? Was it similar reasons, or?
It was definitely like the main thing that month was particularly when it was the expectations of what would happen, which sometimes it was blown out of proportion, but also like only for a few people. Yeah, and it was definitely just communication with the clients dropped, because like I had so many calls, people would message me, and it was just me getting back to them. I couldn't get back to them. It took me like 2 days to get back to somebody. Yeah, I had like messages every single day. I'm like trying to respond in between meetings, jump in on calls. Clients pissed off yelling at me. I'm like, deal with that, go to the next client, all that type of stuff. You know, the typical stuff when you're doing.
It sounds like you already know the answer. Do you have a client success manager?
we're
Oh, we
getting
already
money.
spoke about this in Miami. So
Yeah.
you just put your client success manager to a closer, so you no longer have one.
Yeah. So the closer became a CSM because he had a kid, so he couldn't take back-to-back calls. But then he's like, "Yo, I'm not making enough money." And we're like, "Yo, bro, you're a CSM, dude. Like, I don't know what to do." So like we put him back onto closing. So now he's closing again. Now we have to find a new CSM. So that's kind of where we're at. That was the main thing when you asked, what do you guys want to cover today? Just hiring of and ramping up of a CSM, because we really didn't do that. We are like, yo, we just need somebody to just talk to them. Can you come here? And then like I just threw him in and he figured it out.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Like sometimes you've just got to, like things are, number one, that's normal. That things are gonna break. You've got to expect that. You know, one thing I realized, completely side tangent, but this also kind of does relate. Like each new level you get to, there's gonna be mistakes you're gonna make. I'll give you an example, right? So I got to a point where I was closing at like 30, 40%. We were signing a shit ton of clients. We had a client success manager that was killing it. And then, like, there was no misalignment. Like, all clients were coming on right expectations. I used to have a problem with that. Then I resolved it. It wasn't a problem. Then we bring closers on. Then we face another problem because we're at a new level because I'm removed from that process because they kind of delegating it, right? And then you have new problems, which is like, okay, now these guys are setting false expectations to sign clients, which ultimately is going to lead to a higher churn. And then we have to solve that. It's like each new level, each ceiling you break through, there's going to be new problems, new overwhelm. Like at the start of this week, I got this same feeling again that I got in February when we hit 30% churn. This overwhelming anxiety and like, oh, I can't explain it. You know that horrible feeling when you're like, shit, man, this hurts, you know? One thing I will say is, from what you're telling me, number one, yeah, you need a CSM, which you're aware of, which is great. Number two, like, a lot of the time, man, you already know the answers to your questions. This has been a game changer for me. Just ask yourself the questions that you're asking other people as well, because a lot of the time you will already know. And what I mean by that is like, look, because I had to do the same thing. We had that exact problem you just said, we've been having. Because remember, I've been the one doing all the client success for every single client we have right now. So I had to ask myself, like, in the not ideal situation I'm in, where I'm doing client success, which right now, if you bring a CSM on, you cannot throw them to the clients in 2 weeks. It is quite a long process. You cannot hire quickly. That is the by far stickiest position. Media buyer dies, media buyer gets fired, you can probably replace them in a week. It's fine, right? Worst case. Sales rep gets fired, they move to another position, you can go in and sell. Sales is the bloodline of the business, right? Client success, somebody leaves, they have a connection with the client, you're kind of fucked for a little bit, right? It's a very sticky situation. Trust me, I've been there like 2 or 3 times now. So hire very, very slowly. Number one, you want to post a job post on Indeed, okay? I've been banned off of Indeed, even though Indeed is like, I found the best hiring.
Why'd you get banned?
Like, they keep banning me because I'm in the UK and I'm putting job posts in the US and Canada, and they're like telling me, like, hold on, what's going on here? You're doing some illegal business. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I keep trying to get in touch with them. They keep rejecting me every single time in the approval process. And it's so annoying. But Indeed, hiring job posts. You can also do ads, like Facebook ads as well. Take them to an application funnel. Super simple. You get them to say, like, are you okay with this salary? Yes or no? Or give them a range, right? Because if somebody's super good, super talented, you can probably provide a little bit of wiggle room, right? With the position, you want them to have a good base. I'll tell you, with us, it's on the higher end. It's like 4.5K, okay? You probably don't need to go that high. Our first CSM was on like 3.3 or 3.4. And you want very, very good commission structure, okay? Because commission, like, biggest game changer. Every single person on your team, you should see through the lens of like, how can I incentivize this person to make me more money and drive growth in the business, right? Because when you do that, you no longer feel like people are just comfortable clocking in and clocking out, but you're like, shit, like, fucking this person's coming in and working on a Sunday, and I'm not even asking them to, because then when we win, they win, you know? So have a very tight-knit commission structure based on retention, upsells, testimonials, reviews. Another cool thing you can do as you scale is, say they have a cap of 50 clients they can handle, right? And the KPI for the revenue that pod needs to generate, or the client base that they have needs to generate, is like, say every client pays you 2K. So the KPI is like, we want to generate, say, 95K out of the clients we've got, considering we're probably going to need to pause some or give someone a free month, right? Then what you can do is like anything over the KPI that you make, you give them a percentage of the profit. So then they have like a kind of like a profit share kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I would say. And then ramping them up. What week 1, get them to shadow all your calls. Week 2, get them learning the onboarding process in immense detail and do it structured in the way that you want them to take the calls from the first call to the last call. Onboarding call, launch call, check-in calls, and then offboarding calls and things like that. Does that make sense?
So week 1 they shadow you. Week 2 is when they
Week
start.
1, they're on every single call you're on. Same with week 2, but the only difference is in week 2 as well, they're drilling the onboarding process. You're getting on calls with them, ripping them through it. They're watching call recordings of you. You want to do it. I made this mistake, and I was trying to figure out like, how the hell did why are all these CSMs dropping off? And it was because I wasn't training them in the right way. I was bombarding them with information. What you want to do is do it in the right way. So like A to Z. So onboarding call is the first thing you want to teach them, and just do it in the structure as to which like the client journey. Onboarding, launch, check-in, offboard. Make sense? Hi, you robot.
Yes, sir. No, I was typing, my friend. I got faster.
You're faster now. Using the typing button. Good. I've missed this mouse, man. This is like the best mouse ever. I swear.
One quick question. So just really quickly about B2B. So how do you structure your B2B setters follow-up structures? Because I have a setter that I've hired, right? But the problem is I've made a structure for both intros and demos when they call them every day for a certain amount of days just to follow up with no.
Still listening, by the way.
Yeah. Just curious about how you kind of structurize that, just for them to keep track.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So when you say, are you talking about like how do they keep track of leads?
Yeah. How do they track the leads? Like what day follow-ups they're on if you're doing that? Because I also have text follow-ups, so it's kind of like I want to organize. If for example, if day free text goes out, then I want them to call on day free, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to keep up with that. If you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah. So obviously in GHL you have pipeline stages, right? You have pipeline stages, and you can set timers where it's like after 24 hours, move to stage 2, stage 3, which obviously that'll be like day 1, day 2, stage 3. And then as they move, you set up the automation where it's like, okay, I'm going to send out the text. So this is when I want Jimmy to go in and call for Sandra, right? You can set up a text to go out, and you can also set out either an internal notification that goes directly to the setter that's assigned to maybe text them on their personal phone. Or what we do is we just have it go directly to Slack in a Slack channel called lead notification. So then they can keep track of it. And then what you do in the Slack channel is you add the notification, you say, hey, Jimmy here from the PMU artistry needs calling for day 3, right? When the timer goes off. And then what you do is say you've got one sector, which isn't complex at all because you don't need to assign or anything like that. You just say, hey, Bob, Mr. Sector, go ahead and just respond to this with an emoji and reply in the thread when you've gone ahead and called this thing. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, it does. And question about that, have you found that having like a set time that they call is better, or just like, as you said, internal notification for this specific lead, call it this time, right? On this specific date. If you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, like I haven't got that technical with it. Maybe somebody on the call has and they find like an optimal time to call, but usually we just start the timer whenever the lead comes in, and it's just like 24
so it's
hours,
just
24
because
hours.
I mean the setter works on just that, I'm guessing, so they kind of have the freedom to spend time doing that. Because my setter is I have a couple other tasks for him, so I'm just trying to find like how to balance everything out, right?
Well, what other tasks is he doing? Let me ask you.
He's doing B2B setting. He's doing follow-ups. He's calling up leads as soon as they show up. No, not show up. Intros, like calling leads for intros.
Got it.
From the ads in 5 minutes. That's really it for now. I was thinking of adding another thing as well.
Yeah, man, you should totally, like, honestly, what sort of set are you doing? You've got to ask yourself that. Like, he should be taking intros, and if he's not taking intros, he's calling leads. That's it. Everything else that he's doing is taken away from his ability to perform and operate, do the tasks at a highest level, So one thing I'd recommend that you do is you create a priority list, okay? So you have a chain of priority for him because the ghost of Cam is spitting thought. What I was going to say is I'm not taking a shit. What the fuck? Man, I'm making Greek yogurt. Come on, I've got to get the protein in. I'm on a bulk right now. Yeah, what I would do is I'll create a priority list for your setter, okay? Because you don't want him to be calling new leads if he's got an intro book, because that'd kind of be retarded, right?
Yeah.
This is the way I see it. You should do the same for your closers when you get them. Create a chain of priority. So for a setter, what is the highest leverage thing they can be doing? On an intro, okay? Second highest, calling new leads. Third highest, responding to conversations. Fourth highest, following up with existing.
Okay.
What is it for closers? Go on, Dan. Sorry, mate. I'm
Yeah,
getting carried
and
away.
let's say, about that. So let's say and they're on an intro, right? And new lead just came in, right? And it's been 20 minutes, intro's done. Do you have your setter still call them up, or do you just wait, or do you just let the reminders take over and for them to show up to the intro schedule time?
What if they've scheduled for in like 20 minutes time?
No, imagine this, right? Lisa came into your ad, you're scheduled for Friday, today's Wednesday, right? But your setters called them within 5 minutes, even if they did schedule a time. That's at least what I do. And so let's say your setter's on an intro, but a new lead came in. Do you have them call? Kai, do you want to ask your question then if you have to go before I continue?
No, I'm just asking in the chat, brother.
Okay. And so do you have your setters call them within 5 minutes? Even do you have them call after the intro, or do you just wait?
Why would they call after the intro? What do you mean?
No, like the intro with the other person. Okay, maybe I'm structuring. Okay, let me take this.
You've lost me, man. Rephrase this question.
So someone, so one lead books for Friday, okay? Today's Wednesday, and your setter's on an intro for another person, okay? And that other person books for Friday, but usually you call them within 5 minutes, even if they did schedule, right? That's at least what I do.
Yes.
You just say, let's have the intro now. Fuck the Friday schedule time, whatever, right? And so let your setter, however, is on an intro of another person, right? The other person. My question is, do you wait till after they get? Do you get what I mean?
No, man. I'm laughing at what the fuck server just put in the chat, man. So random.
Yeah. So
guaranteed to get them on flaking you.
As soon as they get off the call, do you have them call the new schedule, even if it's been 20 minutes, right? Hasn't been way past 5 minutes, or do you just let your reminders take over?
Right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Somebody, your set is on an intro. A lead comes in. They book an intro for 3 days out, 2 days out.
2 days out.
Are you saying, should they still be calling that lead?
Yeah. Should they still be calling, even if time passes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you don't let your reminders take over, instead say, fuck that, it's been 20 minutes, it's too late or whatever. No, okay, cool. All right, awesome.
Yeah. We try and contact them for 2 weeks, no response. Honestly, Kai, if I don't get a response from a client and their card's still going through, I'm keeping it rolling, man. They've signed a contract, right? They have signed a contract. Sometimes this has happened to me before. I'll keep it running, their card will decline. I have an automation. I just drag them in the payment decline pipeline stage. Boom, 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 boom. Email, text, voicemail, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, everything. I'm sending an automated handwritten letter. Payment decline. I don't think her close rate's very high at the minute, though, which is, it does kind of make sense.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So if payments go in, just keep them. If payments failed, you just put them. Do you have an automatic?
Just because I've had, honestly, man, sorry to cut you off, but I've had clients that don't message me in a month, and I try reaching out. As long as you do your due diligence, you're good. Follow up. Because I've had clients that will come back to me and be like, yo, what's going on? Why am I still getting billed? I'm like, bro, I've tried reaching out to you. And as long as you have proof, look, I tried emailing you 3 times, texting you 2 times, nobody responded. I assume because the ads were still going and we didn't speak, you just were busy.
Makes sense.
What sort of offboarding structures do you have in place?
We have an offboarding call, ideally, but to be honest, with some of the clients, it's so fucking hard to get them on an offboarding call. So I have them fill out the week in the contract, they must join an onboarding call to cancel. But some of them are the ones that run really bad times are look, I'm leaving. Nothing you can do about it. It's not worth fighting over that. So then, worst case, I will just send them a offboarding form. Okay, that offboarding form gives me all the information that, yeah, I agree. You want to put it in the contract, though, sure. like it is a requirement for you to cancel our services to give us X amount of days notice. Honestly, we have like 48 hours notice. Like ours isn't long at all. Because if they're gonna leave, they're gonna leave at the end of the day. You just got to them a good product, you know. And then we have them joining offboarding call, which the ones that like leave on good terms usually do. Some of them that are super angry, obviously, you kind of a bit fucked there. You probably already know why they're leaving, you know.
Yeah.
Let me find this form. Offboarding. Has anybody? By the way, I tried. For everybody that was inquiring about Blue Send, I did try it, and then I kind of like got busy, and then I cancelled it.
What did you try?
Blue Send.
Or Send Blue.
I have no idea what it is. What is it?
Send Blue, the thing that sends blue SMS messages.
Oh, Blue Send. Yeah, was it worth it?
I don't know. I didn't do it long enough. I hit an error like 3 times, and I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
Why didn't you do it?
I don't know, to be honest.
Well,
Here it is. I found the form.
If you put it in your contract that says sign or payment, whichever comes first, it will count as legally binding. It might help with the dispute. It worked for us. We ended up winning.
I put in my contract, like, literally, you cannot dispute any of the fucking charges you place.
Yeah,
It doesn't work like that.
Oh, it's just like if they dispute
it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
they
doesn't
have
work
a constitutional right to kind of still be able to do that, so it doesn't really work that way. I wish it would. I'll list it in my contract as well.
Yeah, this is how this form works, by the way. They put in their info. They say reason for termination. Rate their experience from 1 to 10. Add performance, lead quality, coaching and training, communication from 1 to 10. Would you recommend us to other companies? And then what I do is I say we pay $1,000 per successful referral. Click to learn more. I still want to get referrals off clients at offboard. I just double the amount of commission they get because I know they're less likely to refer. Final comments, and then they submit. That's it. That's what it looks like. I got this from some ecom guy. Like the referral thing. I was like, that's pretty smart actually. Go on, Thor. What's up, brother?
What's good, man? I just really need your ping pong, like on my situation, because as you know, like in this group,
Ping pong.
like, yeah, coaching. But like in this group, I'm really like kind of that man in the cycle race in the behind, looking for a way to get some sort of booster. So like, but you gotta live with it. But my situation is like I was kind of like generalist, doing both some e-commerce clients and sort of that, but like kind of in the niche of like home improvement, even though that's pretty fucking wide. So now I wanted to niche down, but I decided to actually do the forbidden thing and switch niche. So I went from home improvement, and now I'm trying to penetrate dental, more specifically probably Invisalign providers. But the thing is, I want to penetrate this market, right, and hopefully as fast as possible. So, but I'm a bit, what do you say, confused if I should do paid ads, like just take the risk and do it and then over the hills. Because should I like start doing paid ads immediately without a call center? I don't have a call center yet. Therefore, with a worse offer, or should I wait till I've like hired an ISA, train them, and then start acquiring?
Honestly, I'm a big advocate for fucking around and finding out, and I think it's a good problem if you have cash flow and you're selling and you can then figure things out. Like, put it this way, there has never been a situation, probably in anybody's life here, where they closed a client, they got an immense amount of money, and they did not figure out how to make it work, okay? Because when you're backed against the wall, you're going to do anything. Like, if you close, let's say best case, you launch paid ads, hit the ground running, you sign 5 clients, all of them hit, and you make a shit ton of money, and you have no back end. Which, by the way, if you know, I have a friend that's called Arman, right? He built a semaglutide fucking agency. He legit scaled to like 150K in 1 month. He had no back end. He had no back end. It was terrible. Factoring in, he kind of did it the wrong way. He got like 70K in chargebacks. But besides that, like I'm saying, you can figure it out. You can do it.
Yeah, that's a great point Edwin has. Like if I
I just
If
think
at
cash
least
flow
you,
solves so many problems, man. You know, like you can solve every problem with cash flow. Oh, and of an ISA. Didn't he go to zero though, Cam? Yeah, he did that like 5 times. But I just think he did it in he did it in the wrong way though. Like if you actively, because he wasn't even doing call center as well. So like it wasn't necessarily the fact that he didn't like have the resources he needed to build the back end. He just didn't have a back end and he didn't really know how to fulfill on what he was promising. So it was more misaligned expectations than not being able to like build a good back end.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you have cash flow to invest, paid ads, best way to get clients, scalable acquisition channel. I don't see any downside, you know? Like, you've just got to be okay with taking risks. Everybody here, by the way, you should probably read this book. It's called Reality Transurfing. It's really good. Really good. Yeah, it's really long, though. It's like 5 Bibles, but it's really
Are you
good.
reading or listening to it, Cam?
I'm reading it. I'm like 20% of the way through the book. The meetup in London, so me and maybe Andre are going to be going down to London this weekend just for like a small thing, meeting up with Aaron Dark and a couple of other people. For like 18 so far. So if you're going to come, let me know. It'll probably be like a day or two. I'm 100% down to stay for a weekend. I'm considering getting an apartment in London. So it'll be a good experience for me as well. But I'll send all the details once I got them all. Yeah, I was just going to say, man, if I was in your situation, I would probably run paid ads. The way I see it is, it's like, say you want to get, and by any means, I'm not qualified to talk about this, by the way, but say you want to get in a relationship, right? So say you've got 2 different outreach methods. You've got cold approach, which maybe you can cold approach, like maybe you find one attractive girl that you can cold approach every like 30 minutes in a hot spot of a city. And then you have Tinder, where you can just fucking swipe. Like Tinder is like pay to win. It's like paid ads. You just get put in a place with the ideal prospect, and that's what you can do with paid ads. It's like so much higher leverage if you have the cash flow. You know?
Yeah. Obviously, it requires that, but like, where were you revenue-wise when you started paid ads like that?
I think I was at like 7 or 8K.
Brother,
5, 6, or
3K in my
7K.
bank account when I started paid ads, and rent was due in a week, and I dropped 3 on paid ads, and it worked.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I said I had 3K in my bank account from a client I closed. Rent was due in like a week and a half, and I just fully dropped it to paid ads on 150.
I swear, was I the one that got you to run paid ads? I was, wasn't I? I remember that because you were being a bitch for so long.
Being a bitch, that was such a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, mate. I want 10% of all profit. Oh, crazy. Yeah, paid ads is just like a cheat code, man. Once you crack it, dental's a bit fishy though, by the way. I know that from having friends with it. It's a hard niche. Just be aware of that. Like your CPL is going to be hard.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Like,
but you can make it work. Sure.
Yeah, I think the mission's paid ads. I'm currently down at 7K right now. I was a bit higher, but like because I wanted to niche down clients churn, then I cut ecom off, and like so now we just gotta ramp it up.
Ramp it up, boy. Get it going. Successful speed.
Yo, question real quick. I have a 43 euro cost per schedule. Should I scale it? No.
Don't ask a silly question like that.
Did
you just say you have a $43 cost per schedule? Should I scale it?
Yeah, dude, I launched my ads like a week ago. I don't know anything.
No, that's so good. You're in such a good position, man. Because if I had access to a community like this when I was in your situation, I would have got there way faster. Because the biggest thing that holds people back is they do not understand how to identify constraints and what to do. Okay. Good thing about you is you can learn from all of our mistakes, and my mistakes specifically as well, because I made this mistake. Like, you have a couple of options right now. If your cost per schedule is $43, the first thing I would do is I would scale it 100%.
All right.
I mean, what's the downside, man? Like, you're just going to grow quicker. Obviously, you're going to hit certain ceilings. You're going to need to build out systems and hire new people, and things are going to get overwhelming. But there is a podcast that Alex Tamosi did. It's called will you ever be happy as a CEO? It's very, very good. It explains the fact that, look, growing a business, growth requires pain. It's uncomfortable. You are going to feel overwhelmed. Bottom line. That's why so many people do not do it. It kind of feels wrong in a sense when you grow and you get like really overwhelmed and you like see clients like dropping off and churning and you get charged back and things like that. Like those things happen, but that's a good indicator that you're growing. Okay. So I think in your situation, man, how much are you spending?
27.5 euros right now every day.
Yeah, just scale it.
Okay. All right. That's enough.
Just scale it. I'm at a different level where I'm scared to scale my spend. But I know I need to do it. I know it needs to be done, man. And worst case scenario, what happens? Like if you had $0 in the bank account tomorrow, you'd probably be chilling. You'd stay at your parents' house, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're all good. Right. Stay with me, man. I'm gonna up my spend in the next week and a half to like 1.5, 2K a day. And I'm just gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna ride the wave. Worst case, I live in this box room. Be fine.
Are you guys not paying rent, living life on fucking easy mode? Come on, no living.
Hey, I'm paying rent. Don't do me dirty like that.
Oh,
I pay all the rent for this place.
shit, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
How much is rent in UK?
No, it's not that. It's on Spotify though. It's like on his business is a game or whatever the hell it is. Because there's gonna be like AI porn coming out soon and things like that. That's gonna be what the hell? We got AI girlfriends and stuff.
You know, I've seen.
Oh wait, it's just.
I've seen these fucking AI agencies pop up all this time. There's this guy from Growth Operator called fucking Wyatt, whatever, some 16-year-old guy, Payment Serban. You should probably know if you're.
Yeah, we know him. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. This guy's selling AI caller infrastructures on Air AI. Pretty much, it's like a caller. Like imagine your ISA that you train, but you just build out a heavy backend for an AI system and you sell it to a business. Has anybody got any experience with that? Knows anything about what the fuck is going on there? Because they're pushing it.
I've seen some funny shit with this. I forgot the name of this guy. He posted like a YouTube video. He kind of tested it. It was just saying some very hilarious fucking shit. I forgot what his name was, but I haven't used it personally. But I think it could work for like cold calling and stuff if you just want to throw some money.
I've seen Air AI and stuff like that. Honestly, it's not there yet.
I don't think it's not there yet. Yeah, this guy's making
It's not there yet.
Hey Cam, I'm building out my reporting on Airtable. So for metrics like cost per show, cost per qualified call, are you looking at those metrics from like a weekly or a monthly perspective in terms of your dashboards?
We
a
have
limitation
last
of
30
Airtable.
days.
Okay.
Go on.
No, I was just gonna say a limitation of Airtable is like I want to select like 7 days or 19 days, but I can't. It's like I either got to do it on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. So I was curious on how you set up your reporting dashboards.
We did. Go on. Sorry.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I was gonna say we do it on last like month to date, and then we do it on last 7, last 3. Yeah, we do 30 days, like month to date, last 7, and last 3. And we had the same problem. I wanted the ability to, because this is ideal. You have a drop down where you can just change the time frame.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I just couldn't I could figure it out now. I think I know how to do it. Because you just do everything through campaign ID. Like you can just filter through campaign ID. That's how we do it. Obviously with us it's a little bit more complex because each client runs more than one treatment, So the way that we do it is, we just do it last month to date, last 7 and last 3. That's literally it. What's this video you just sent in? I'm kind of curious.
It's like, and this guy's showing this AI shit. Listen to this.
Expert in Python coding and CRM integrations. Details?
Be the first 10 lines of code that I would need to write.
Here's a basic example of Python code that you can use. Hey, is this Danny?
Yes.
Hey, Danny, I know this is random, but I wanted to reach out to see if you were open to a partnership.
No.
I understand, Danny, but can I just ask you a quick question?
No.
I totally get it, Danny. Just one more thing before we wrap up. Can you spare a moment to hear about this opportunity?
No.
I appreciate your time, Danny. Before we end the call, can I ask you one last question?
A real person.
I understand, Danny. Before we finish, can I quickly share some information with you?
No.
What the fuck?
Just one more thing before we hang up. Can I quickly tell you about this partnership opportunity?
No.
So the results of
It's AI, bro.
Did it work?
It's
I
AI.
mean, it asks the questions. I guess it would follow the script eventually. Like, it's
No,
how much
like, did he get any meetings from it?
No, I haven't used it. Like, I was saying, have you used it?
No, I was just laughing from this video, bro. It's just it was like, hey, this is just some like, hey, your name, this is my name from the company or something like that. But I haven't used it myself. I just watched, a couple of videos from this guy. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, with AI gents with voice, I don't think the play is outbound. I think it's inbound. So like when one of your clients leads wants more information, I think that's a good use case. But dude, if you try to use AI for outbound cold calling, that's just gonna piss off a bunch of people. So,
I think
but
it's not,
Sean for GHL, he's really bullish on AI voice, and he says that he's gonna release something soon for Go High Level. I listened to one of his recent podcasts, so he's super bullish on AI voice for inbound though, not for outbound.
I think it's not like that advanced yet. But I also think once it gets to advanced, it will be heavily regulated by like government and shit like that. So I don't think you will be able to freely just use it like for outbound and even inbound without going through like the whole process.
Yeah,
Because it
and
is
then
like a measure for the society, bro.
yeah, and like the same thing's gonna happen with A2P, right? People were abusing that, so now you have A2P, and now you're gonna need A2P for voice as well. But I'm down, man. Once I can replace my ISAs with AI, I'm like all for it. Because to me,
Oh,
that's one of the biggest bottlenecks.
man. If I can replace my ISAs, I would save so much money and so much hassle.
Uh-huh.
That would be incredible.
AI doesn't get sick. They don't get moody. They don't experience power outages. Well, actually, they would, but yeah, man, I'm all for it. I think within like 1 or 2 years, it's gonna come. Not gonna need
And I'm
human beings
generating an
anymore.
ad right now with that captions AI. I want to see how this turns out. This is insane. Like, if this is actually good, holy crap. All right, quick side tangent, but let's see how this turns out. All right, it's taking time. Anybody got anything else they want to run over?
Yes, I have
All
some
good?
questions about sales.
Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, first of all, when you sort of switch from pitching the PIF and then going to the monthly, just want to know if you have any sort of like sayings that you typically go over there. Because I think one of the things for me is like when I get to that final objection handling stage, a lot of it is, improvisation, obviously, because I haven't like written stuff down for it and like practiced that. So having some more confidence in like switching from PIF to monthly, pitching the deposit and sort of stuff like that.
So we don't frame it as if we have a monthly. We frame it as if we have one program and it's paid in full. If I have to pitch the monthly, the only time I'm pitching the monthly is if they've been screwed over. Okay, no, I totally hear you. So I guess besides the price, like besides the program being 6K up front, is there anything else that's stopping you from being 100% certain that this is what you want to do? Got it. So from what you're saying, like let's say in a hypothetical sense, this was $1,000, right? Let's pretend. You're saying that we'd already be rocking and rolling right now and you'd be ready to go. Okay. You get the tie down first. It's like, okay, 100%. The only thing that's stopping me is price. Got it, man. Well, we don't have any set payment plans. Again, everything we do is very dependent on the person we work with and if we determine that is 100% necessary. Now, I'm not 100% opposed to breaking it down if you feel that makes more sense for you. I guess, that being said, are you cool with having like an open and honest conversation about what your financial situation looks like at the moment? You are, okay. And if they're not, and they're giving you resistance to that, then you call out the inconsistency because a lot of people won't be. And then you go like, so what's your cash on hand? How much in checking? How much in savings? How much have you got coming in? How much have you got coming out? And if it truly is a financial objection, great. Then you can go, look, this is what we can do for you. We'll break it down. You can pay it monthly. It'll still be the 3-month program, but you're just breaking it down month by month. So you can then just reinvest what we make you, okay? 90% of the time, you're going to get to that point and you're going to realize it's not actually the fact that they don't have money. It's the fact that they're uncertain, okay? So you'll ask that and then they'll say like, oh, well, no, I don't want to tell you what my cash on hand is. It's like, no, got it, man. I mean, do you mind if I shoot it through straight for a sec? Cool. So you just got done telling me that you're 100% in on the. Who the fuck is doing that? Sorry.
you just got done telling me that you're 100% in on the process and this is exactly what you want to do. And the only thing that's stopping you from moving forward is the price. So I'm just a little bit confused, man, that when I say, look, let's have an open and honest conversation about your financial situation to see how we can break this down and make it work for you. Like, you're kind of just like holding back and you're not sharing that with me. Like, what's going on? There's something else that you're not telling me that you're a little bit uncertain about, right? And then you get to the real objection, right? And then if it's just uncertainty, a lot of the time you probably don't even need to do the split pay. Or maybe you just do it because it's easier. Like, there has been situations where people are giving me a lot of resistance. Maybe I could get the pick, but it's going to take me another 45 minutes of persuasion. Or I can just say, look, man, let's just get you on it where we break it down. You can make a performance-based decision and you can do like a love it or leave it, right? Say we get 30 days in and you realize that this Spanish guy or this, whatever the fuck you say, this Denmarkian guy is completely full of shit and we can't actually help you, no problem. I'll give you your money back. How's that sound? Sound good? Feel good? Let's go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
That's how I would frame it in that exact way. That's what I do.
We don't sell them on like an equal split because our current structure is the PIF gives them a financial benefit. So
Yeah.
do you downsell them? At 6K, do you downsell them to 2K or do you downsell them to a different price?
Yeah, you see, we used to do it that way. I think that makes more sense though if you're doing it in a two option close. So like, hey, the PIF is cheaper, the monthly is less cheap. It makes sense to go for this. We've done that. It definitely it worked for sure. You know, just me personally, I just want to completely remove as many variables as possible, especially with me. Like when you open up the floodgate to like two options, given the fact that I want my closers to be collecting as much cash up front as possible because they want that as well. But that works too. Like we did that for ages. Yeah.
All right.
Just a quick question.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead,
sorry,
go
go ahead, bud. Mine's quick. It's just payroll. Are you using any softwares? Like, how are you having payroll for your company? Because I'm starting to do with my ISAs
Hubstaff.
and it's all manual. HubSpot? Okay.
Hubstaff, we track their hourly. And then I have a VA that goes in, that calculates how many hours people work. We also have on Hubstaff a project called paid overtime. So anytime they do paid overtime, they go on there. So then my VA can just add up normal hours, paid overtime. And then for commission, they just have like a Google sheet they fill out. We're working on automating this because this has become a big problem. I've had ISAs finessing the shit out of me, man, especially at scale. Because the thing is, when you get a bunch of ISAs, it's so hard to keep track of like, did they actually pay the deposit here? Do they actually need commission here? With so much volume. So now we're working on changing it where they don't fill out anything. It's all fully automated. And then all it is my VA goes
for
in.
Airtable.
Awesome. Yeah. So my VA just goes in, calculates it, adds it up. We have all their emails on a Google sheet where we pay them, whether it's PayPal or Wise, and my VA just goes in and pays them.
Cool. Okay. Thanks, man.
I just give like green light. I just take a look. I'm like, okay, to be honest, I'm pretty bad with this. Like I could be getting finesse, to be quite frank with you. I just look at it. I'm like, yeah, it looks fine.
It depends how many people you have to pay. Like I do it manually, but it takes me from start to finish 10 minutes, right? Because I only
Is that it?
Yeah, bi-weekly 10 minutes. Like I just count because I've got it in Hubstaff quite simply. I don't have any intricate commission structure that I need to keep in mind. So it's just like, just do your thing, bro. It depends. You don't just track their hours, man, and just have your numbers in a very accessible way. I mean, you've got like how many fucking ISAs? You spend 2 hours there sitting there trying to figure it out.
Mate, it takes like probably like 3-4 hours to do all our payroll stuff. So I don't have time for that. Like I used to do it. I would still do it if I was in your boat, to be honest. Actually, I would probably, if you're a VA you can trust, I would probably delegate if you can. But again, there's risk for sure. And they have access to a lot of money.
I mean, it depends because the VA can just, you can just put that money into the Wise account before yourself.
That's all I do.
Yeah, usually covers it, and then the VA just has it log into Wise or anything like that. Yeah,
that's all I do. Yeah, just sometimes I'll do it early, and it's like you could run. You could run and get fucking an army of Filipinos.
No, because 15K to a Filipino VA, bro, with one click button transfer, I mean, it's a one in a lifetime chance. It's definitely not a $5 per hour thing, bro. No, I'm telling
No,
you.
I agree. Hey, well, listen, if I face that problem, I'll let you guys know. Like if I ever have my identity stolen or anything like that, the worst thing that my VA has done is she booked that flight that was 1.5k for the wrong date, no refund. And then the other day, I asked her to order me a USB-C cable, and she spent £100 on USB-C cable. I've got like 15. This is 12. This is like 12 of them. I've got a ridiculous amount of USB-C cables now. And plugs. I do not need this many. If you need any USB-Cs, give me a call.
Start a Shopify store.
Yeah.
You are. What did you say?
Just start a Shopify store. Go into e-commerce.
Oh, I've done that before. I got banned. I was selling vapes.
That as well.
Yo,
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
anyone here doing mentorship on the side besides Cam? Because it's the woman in the shining red dress for me. I had a dude who I used to work with at Adobe. He's like, dude, just teach me how to get to 10K, which we all know, gents, is super easy to get to. And he was down to pay me 12K USD to do it. So it's just like, it's fucked. It's like it's almost like distraction. But does anyone here do mentorship on the side, or you can just avoid that? You're like, you don't want to go down that path because you know that it could distract you from your main goal, which is, I guess, growing and scaling the agency.
I mean, I do actually, but only if somebody like really wants to, pay me. And it's like
Yeah.
an hour a week where we jump on a call and I just scream at him for like 60 minutes that he doesn't call the leads, and then we dip and that's it. But I only had one guy. And like if somebody reaches out from like, I don't know, YouTube or stuff like that, I'll take that. Just I can just like right now just view it as like I can reinvest this cash into the ad spend, so why not?
Yeah.
Take 24 hours a week, maybe even less, to be honest.
Yeah, as I was
Anyway,
saying, Matt, man, like for the numbers you were saying, game changer. I would 100% do it. Like for the amount he was going to pay.
Yeah, it's just like shit, man. It's like if I can get one guy to do that for 12K who used to be in tech, because the guys in tech, they'll pay 12K no problem to make 10K a month. It's a drop in the bucket for those dudes. But then it's just like, fuck, well, why not just get like 2 or 3 or 4 more of those people, right? Like imagine making 12K, just teaching someone to scale their agency to 10K, which is not that hard to do. If the copy and paste
Why
just
you sat
those.
here instead of doing fucking outreach to your buddies? I have a question.
What's
What the
that?
fuck did you forget here, bro, for such a high leverage task?
What did I what?
What did you forget here?
Just text them, bro. Leave this call immediately. Just go text them. Text all of them.
No, I already have. Yeah, but no, dude, I don't think I want to be like the coach and start running paid ads to do that shit. But we'll see. I don't know. My goal is probably grow the agent. Well, Cam, last question, man. Sorry. When you're at 150K a month, do you think your margin can be 50%, or it's gonna be much lower than that?
I could probably get it to 50, but I'd probably be working a lot. With
Yeah.
you, yes. With me, no, because I have more lead volume, which means I need more callers, and my ISA is a US based. So you could get 50% margin, 100%. I could probably squeeze 35, 40. I could probably squeeze 40.
Okay.
Because I did the calculations on this actually, and the calculations show I could be completely off base here, and I could be forgetting about some like crazy. Hold on, we're gonna have to stop and check this out quick. This is interesting. I just tried this captions AI thing.
No sound.
About it. Introducing
Oh, yeah,
Bonita
that's
Aesthetics Turkey Neck Rescue Treatment with Morpheus 8 technology. This non-surgical solution effectively tightens and refines the neck area with quick, lasting results and minimal risk. As a top-rated spa in Folsom, Bonita Aesthetics offers an incredible introductory deal for first-time visitors. Say goodbye to turkey neck and hello to a sleeker, more youthful neckline. Book your appointment today. POV, you struggle with loose...
Bro, I didn't give it any context. I pasted a link to the fucking landing page. What? That is insane.
How much do they cost?
Wow.
Per ad?
I don't think it'll be that expensive.
POV, you struggle with loose, saggy neck skin like
It's
me.
like a 25 quid subscription
Introducing
monthly.
Bonita Aesthetics Turkey Neck Rescue.
How much?
Like 25 quid.
with Morpheus 8 technology. This
Her mouth is kind of like sloppy though.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's AI. But if you're targeting like 40-year-olds or
POV,
50-year-old
you
women,
struggle
I don't
to
think they're
lose
gonna
fat
really
and light
notice.
skin like me.
Yeah, maybe I target people with glasses too. So like maybe they have a bit poor vision. So
Let's talk about it. Introducing Bonita Aesthetics Turkey Neck Rescue Treatment with Morpheus 8 technology. This non-surgical solution effectively tightens and refines.
I'm looking into that. Sure, that is insane. Cool. Boys, I've got to run. I've got another call. Good call. I'll speak to you guys Wednesday.
Peace.
See you later.
Thanks all. Cheers.
Thanks,
See you.
bro.
See you soon.
See you later, boys.